It's gonna be fun. Alrighty then. Hello world. Hello YouTube. Hello everybody. So it's windy today, partly cloudy, actually with some very nice clouds and human activity above. But anyway, let's move on. Here lately, the last couple of days, taking up the garbage out to the old dump, ran into, some folks on the side of the road looking at the old donkeys. And they get out and they this and that, or they stop and take pictures. And, they kind of gum up the road. So what I did was I got out and, I shooed them off the road. Then when I was coming back, the same bunch of guys heard, back on the road, and then folks stop. And, that gets to where they get on the road and they're used to it being a semi-peaceful environment. And then they get hit and get killed, and folks, had some folks die because of donkey strikes is what we call them. So I went out and I did my routine, what I use with donkeys. Nobody knows it because I've only worked it in the night. And back when I was volunteering, I was closing the park at night, and I did it for 6 months. And everybody says, man, them donkeys, you're going to pay, man, them donkeys, you can't get them out of there, you got to chase them around, all this and that. And I'm like, yeah, I'll watch my smoke. So, with the training I got from that, and a newsreel item I saw on the internet about wild burros and when they round them up, this was my technique of getting them out. And part of this technique is what I used to get the donkeys off the road, because a citizen had stopped and says, hey, if you hit that donkey with the stick, and I'll call them up, and I'm like, I can deal with that. And number one, yeah, I sympathize. And number two, them donkeys ain't gonna get no close to that stick to have me hit them. Not these ones, because they don't know me. So let's move on. The first thing that I did when I went to the park to get the donkeys out, and this is how I know how I really fell in love with working with them. And with getting to know them, and they're a valuable resource. They're friendly. They're better than dogs. They're better than peacocks and stuff for security, for, going off, seeing something in the yard. They're smarter than us. So, I really like them. I'd really like to find a way to learn to run burro line, donkey lines and stuff like that, but let's move on. My dream. So, what I first did was come up to the park, and there was this one burro. He knew me. He knew the truck, and he'd come right up. He wouldn't even let me in the gates till he saw, stuff coming out the truck. So this is what I did. After I shoot him away, take the up, all right, throw it up, and we're gonna see what this is in a second. Most people recognize it. It's called cob. Corn, oats, and barley. Okay, and yes, I myself have tried this. It's pretty good. Ben tried it. We all have a video of it, and it doesn't do too bad in a pinch. Anyway, so I'd have my feed in this bottle. What I used was this. This one's wet, and I didn't want to put feed in it. And I'd go out there in the parking lot, and I'd shake it. And they wouldn't pay too much of attention. He'd get a couple of them if they were the regulars. Then I'd come out, and I'd take this, right? I didn't do something so goofy as that. And, here we go. Lucky I'm not that goofy. Just as goofy. And I would take my stick. This was my walking stick. Among other things, I'd stab trash in the park, pick it up, and that kind of thing. Take my pan, and I'd bang it for the, longer range guys. And now that would kind of get them to where, they know I'm here, they know what I want. They still don't really perk up and run over like, we're going to get something. Then, I shut most of the gates up for the gates I wanted them out of, right? And what I had learned on the show, the video, or the news item on the internet was the cowboys that were running the burros had long sticks like this, only a bit longer. And what they had was this white handkerchief, a white rag, you know, foot and a half by foot and a half, and they would just wave it around. And them donkeys would go. They didn't have to touch them, lick them, snap them, tase them, nothing. Just that alone spooked them enough to guide them and herd them in the right direction and down the chute. So I went out there, and I took this, and I'd wave this around because it's white. And sure enough, boy, they would, and I would stick it up a certain way like this. If I wanted to go this one, like, gee, a little bit there, gee, a little bit. Then if I wanted to haw, I'd put it in this hand, and I'd raise it, and they'll haw a little bit, and I'd just yell and whistle at them. And I just threw the G and haw because I saw that on a movie. Anyway, tell me what movie. So and that gets them. That gets them moving. Darn it, got a splinter. That's neat. So I think, so that's how I did it. That's how I got them. And they would, follow along, and they knew which gate I wanted them. Didn't give me no crap. I got them almost to where I could walk and pat them along and come on, let's go. And out the gate they went, and I'd have this going. I'd have 2 or 3 piles of cob, on the sidewalk. So, because, man, sometimes there'd be 15, 16 head out there. And I'd have to move along. And they're not just little folks. They could kill you. You can piss one off real bad. Right? So, and I'm with a stick and some food. So I kind of spread it out so they wouldn't get all ornery and messed up. And that's how I did it. And that's what I think, in Beatty, a few of the locals need to get along, like a wood stick or something, anything, paint it white, put a rag on the end. See, this one has a yellow frilly on the end of it, right? And keep it in their car so they can shoe donkeys if the need arises and they're on them. They were at hand. Also, what shoed the donkeys was when I swung it, the swoop really scared them. And another thing that really got them moving is if I drug the end of this stick along like the asphalt on the road or sidewalk or in the dirt, hard dirt but not sand, the sound of it bouncing on all the rocks, I think, reminded them of a rattlesnake. That got them moving, boy. They'd go right in front of me with this stick dragging on the ground, sounding like some kind of rattling of some sort. So there you go. There's my knowledge and skills in herding donkeys, burros, several each. Live by your wits, not by your worries. Peace. Bye.